Hello, my friends. Welcome to Paul's Take. Let's talk about the Hummer, the new Hummer coming out, the EV, electric vehicle. It's pretty exciting. It's pretty fancy. They said that I was doing some little bit of research, and supposedly, according to the GMC site, the first one will be available in the fall of 2021. Well, it's the fall of 2021 right now, so according to them, it should be out any minute. Now, the first ones that come out are their super high-end one, where there's like, I believe there was 3 or 4 different trims. And each trim comes out a different year. Like this year will be the highest end trim they have. And that goes for like starting price is $117,000. And apparently they're all sold out already. They got pre-orders and they're sold out. And they have another one coming out 2022, I believe in the fall. Another one 2023. And the last one in 2024. And it's like basically in the order of value. So the most expensive ones are coming out first, and the more lower end ones will come out later. Now the lowest end one that's supposed to come out in 2024, it's only going for $79,000, which is still, of course, a lot of money. But compared to the $115,000 vehicle, it's a bargain. Now, I personally don't see them doing so well. I don't like the direction that they were going with them trying to get into the market of like off-road vehicles. Because, the Jeep, of course, has been the king. Jeep Wranglers have been around forever, and they've been doing this for a long time. And then, of course, everybody's trying to like get their piece as well, which is fine, which is great. I love the competition. So the first comes, of course, the Bronco. The Bronco came out, is out now, and it's a pretty nice vehicle. It's very competitive to the Wrangler. It's like perfect. It's a perfect idea. They had it in their inventory, basically, the name Bronco, and it was right up there with them. So I'm glad they came out with the Bronco. Which one do I prefer? I'm still leaning towards the Jeep Wrangler, but hey, the Bronco's pretty nice too, especially the 2-door. I think it's really cool looking. And also, let's see, who else was that? Let's see here. So now there's Chevy. Chevy has, GM and Chevy, same thing. Or GMC is Chevy. They're not really coming out with anything. They have the Blazer. I think they should have done something with the Blazer name, because the Blazer back in the day was pretty much like the Bronco. Very similar competition. More like the Bronco than I would say the Jeep, but it's right there in line to be perfect head-to-head competition. They could have their own retro version. It could have been a gas-powered, and then also they could have had a hybrid, and if they wanted down the road an electric vehicle. I think that would have been the route they should have done. Instead, they decided to go with the Hummer. Now, the Hummer was always so popular. Not that it wasn't a good vehicle, but it's an expensive vehicle. And it's big, and it's not as practical as the competition. So, I think they went with that, thinking that, if they go all electric, it's more practical than a gasoline version, because it would be like just super heavy, and the gas mileage is terrible on the Hummers all in all. Even the H3, which is their smallest model, was still pretty horrendous on the gas mileage. So I guess they figured, well, this is you can get their cake and eat it too, except for the fact that it's going to cost you $115,000 to get one. So it's going to be only a limited quantity selling vehicle. It's not going to be for the masses. Even their lowest end price one is not going to be for the masses. $79,000 supposedly for their entry level. It's still extremely expensive. So it's not going to go. It's not going to be like, you're not going to see them everywhere. You'll see them. They'll be out. They're popular. I mean, but it's like the off-road vehicle community is a niche community, right? It's a niche among all the other vehicles. It's a pretty good sized niche, so it's great. So now you get the full-on electric off-road vehicle. That's a niche within a niche. It's high-end. It's expensive too. So I'm sorry, it's not going to do so well. It's not. It'll do maybe well enough for GMC, but it's not going to be mainstream And maybe they'll listen to me and bring back the Blazer as a bona fide competition with the Bronco and the Jeep Wrangler. That's what they should do if they want to get into the market, compete that way. Because I mean they had it's like Chevy versus it's like Camaro versus Mustang versus the Chargers or Challengers. They have a competition. They should bring back the Blazer and be direct competition with the Wrangler and the Bronco. That's what I think. And also, I don't know if you heard this or not. I don't know if you remember this, especially you younger people probably don't know about the International Scout. Well, they might be coming back as well. And that was also a direct competition to the Bronco and the Blazer. They were much more similar than the Jeeps. Back then, the Jeeps were small, and the Broncos and the Blazer and the International Scout was more of a mid-sized vehicle. I'm talking way back when. They were on the bigger side of mid-size, kind of became full-size. But I liked it when they were a little more on the, not quite the huge. Like the Broncos and the Blazers, they got too big after a while. They're like a Yukon now. Yeah, it should be smaller than that. It should be in between that and, I don't know, it should be, actually, I'll tell you right now, the Bronco got the size right. It's just right in line with the newer Wranglers. The Wranglers were small. They could just start growing bigger and bigger. Now they became the perfect size. That's why the Bronco is about the same size as the Wrangler. It's the Wrangler. So the International Scout and the Blazer should be all about the same size. Maybe a little bit their own kind of geometry, but basically the same. Now, if you didn't know, let me tell you right now, give you a heads up so you'll be in the know like I am. International Scout was actually bought out by the Germans, Volkswagen. Volkswagen owns the rights to International Scout. They had bought a company, not commercial, I guess, like a commercial grade trucking company, I think it is. It's my understanding. And they owned International Scout, or International and the Scout, of course. So now they own the rights to it. So they can bring it back. And I heard that they're seriously considering it. So if they do a good job, that'd be exciting. I'd like to see all of those guys compete against each other. Anyhow, that is my take on why the H3 will not be mainstream enough. It's going to suck. I'll tell you right now. No, it's not going to suck. The vehicle is great. It's a kick-ass vehicle. It's going to be crazy fast, 0 to 60, 3.5 seconds. Has 800 horsepower. It does the crab feature walk, and it rises up and all this stuff. All these great high-end features. Super high-tech. But me, personally, I think off-road vehicles should be more basic. Big tires, low gear ratio, lockers, and go for it. Be out there and have fun in the wilderness, in the mountains, in the desert. It's not really about having the most high-tech. Now, there's a place for it, but I think they should also have a lower end. Get everybody out there, straight-up competition about going out there and having fun and seeing who is a better driver. Anyhow, that's my take. Thanks for listening to Paul's Take. What do you think? Is the Hummer going to be great? Is it going to be super successful, or just kind of a niche, like a G-Wagon, great off-roader, but nobody's going to take it off-roading. Come on, it's too expensive. Forget about it. All right, thanks for watching. Paul's Take.